Last year, I played through Pokemon Gold with only a Primeape. It was pretty easy, so I decided that my next challenge was going to be hardcore. Today, I will regale the story of my attempt to beat Pokemon Sapphire with only a Slugma. Yep, I'm going to beat the game famous for having too much water with one of the weakest fire Pokemon in the series. Slugma has a pretty solid base 70 special attack, but the rest of its stats are a garbage base 40. Except for speed, which is base 20. This is going to be a very slow run. The rules are up on the screen now if you want to read them, and here we go. After moving into our new home, our new neighbor immediately gets mauled by a stray dog, which I combat with my brand new Slugma, who I named Fast. If you know, you know. I did have to reset a few times to get one with the correct nature and ability though. I got Relaxed and Flame Body. Perfect. We do all of the standard story stuff, beat our rival, watch a very interesting catching tutorial with Wally, make it through Petalburg Woods, and arrive at Rustboro City. The gym leader here specializes in rock types, which is bad news for us. I make a decent number of attempts with no luck. The rock moves do too much damage for us, even if we burn them with our Flame Body ability or put them to sleep with Yawn. I decide to grind up to level 22, at which Fast learns Harden. All I do from there is put Geodude to sleep, use Harden as many times as humanly possible, and take down her team with Ember and Burn damage. Even with all her healing and attacks, we were able to win and secure our first gym badge. This leads us to a crossroads of who to battle next. Brawly could be incredibly tough because his entire team has guts and will get a massive attack boost if we give them a status condition, which is likely considering our three main moves do that alongside our ability. I decide to skip him for now and fight our rival. But that was a mistake. While her Shroomish is an OHKO, it can really shut us down with Stun Spore and Leech Seed, which makes her Marshtomp even harder than it already is. The thing resists all of our attacking moves and has Water Gun, which kills fast in just 2 to 3 hits. I tried this battle around 20 times at different levels with different items, but just couldn't win. During my grinding, I was able to beat the second gym on my first try, so that's 2 badges at least. But once Fast hit level 29, he learned Amnesia, a move that boosts special defense by 2 stages with each use. This is what we needed. The strategy for May is as follows. KO Shroomish immediately, and Marshtomp should use Bide first turn. Use Amnesia, Yawn, Amnesia, Amnesia. Slugma will be at maximum special defense and Marshtomp should already be asleep, so just hit it with Ember until it goes down. Rock Throw uses Slugma's bad attack stats, so don't even bother with it. Once Marshtomp goes down, Numel is fairly easy to take down with Ember. Beating May gives us access to the bike, Macho Brace, and the best grinding spot to get special attack EVs, and the third gym. This was no trouble. 2 of his Pokemon are weak to fire, and Voltorb is nothing special. We win first try and get our 3rd badge. We go up north and get Secret Power, which allows us to get Hidden Power. Fast's Hidden Power turns out to be Fighting. I wanted Grass, but Fighting may come in handy. After doing a ton of story stuff, we had to battle Archie at Mount Chimney. Archie is not an easy fight. His Mightyena and Golbat always confuse Fast, and all of his Pokemon deal tons of damage, especially with Bite and Crunch. Luckily, we did get Flamethrower earlier in the run and are able to OHKO all 3 of them, but only if we survive that long while confused. We make it to Lava Ridge Town, find the charcoal by complete accident in the herb shop, and go to challenge Flannery. I thought she was going to be easy, but boy was I wrong. She uses 2 Slugma and a Torkoal, and despite me saying that Slugma isn't that great of a Pokemon, hers really ruined my day. The first one mainly just uses Sunny Day and Smog, and I swear, not only did she barely miss Smog, but she always poisoned me. If that happened, the battle was over. Slugma would take too much damage and lose. The second one just spams Flamethrower and Rock Slide and kills us in seconds. Finally, her Torkoal is super tanky, deals ridiculous damage with Overheat and Body Slam, and tends to use Attract, making Fast worthless. After a ton of attempts, here was my winning run. She uses Sunny Day and I OHKO the 2 Slugma with Flamethrower and take a little bit of damage. Out comes Torkoal. She uses Attract, I get a Flamethrower off for half of her health. She lands a Body Slam, Fast is immobilized. She knocks us down to 3 HP with an Overheat, but we land Flamethrower for the victory. 4 badges down, 4 to go. With 4 badges, we gain access to the desert, grab the Claw Fossil, and defeat the area's trainers. We head back to Petalburg City for the 5th gym. This one was the complete opposite of Gym 4. I was really worried about this one, but it was actually pretty easy. Sure, I got a critical hit on both slackings, but even without those, I'm sure we could win with a decent damage roll. This gives us serve, so we take care of New Mauville and head over to the Weather Institute. We battle Aqua Admin Shelly here, and she's basically just an easier Archie, so no worries. We fight her rival again, but she's a pushover this time. So we get to Fortree City for the 6th gym. It took a few tries because of her Altaria and Pelipper, but Flamethrower and Rock Slide were enough to take care of them, giving us another badge. We take care of a lot of story stuff involving Team Aqua, fight another admin in their hideout, and arrive in Moss Deep City. This run has been pretty smooth lately, but that ends here. The 7th gym is a nightmare. It's a double battle, meaning it'll be a 2-on-1 fight for most of it. Both of their Pokemon are Rock type, meaning they resist all of our attacks, and their movesets don't help things. Solrock tends to be the easier one, since it uses Sunny Day, which boosts our Flamethrower, and really only uses Flamethrower itself, which we resist. Lunatone, though, is something else. It uses Psychic, which can OHKO us with a good damage roll, uses Light Screen to make them both harder to take down, Calm Mind to make itself stronger, and Hypnosis to put us to sleep. It's a mess. I tried this battle a ton of times, between levels 55 and 65, to no avail, using different items to see what would work, but I couldn't win. At level 70, I got my big break. My accepted strategy was to yawn Lunatone on turn 1 so it couldn't put us to sleep, and pray that they don't attack fast. I don't remember exactly how the battle went, since I didn't record every single attempt, but I believe by this point I had attacked Solrock and had used Yawn on Lunatone while getting an Amnesia boost. Solrock then set up Sunlight, allowing me to KO it while Lunatone fell asleep. This was my chance! I use Flamethrower and get it to red HP. They heal, I Flamethrower again, and Lunatone wakes up. They use Psychic, I Flamethrower to around half health. We're left with red HP, and I decide to be ballsy and go for a Flamethrower. And we live with 3 HP, land Flamethrower, and win the battle. For context, that battle took me 2 weeks to win. It's so sad that your Pokemon died of Slugma. Wait, what? You own a Slugma? Slig my balls! Anyways, after defeating basically every trainer in the game in order to beat Tate and Liza, I got Dive, took care of Team Aqua in the Seafloor Cavern, and arrived in Sootopolis City to defeat Kyogre and the 8th gym. So I walked up to the Pokemon God of Water, initiated a battle, and then ran away, causing Kyogre to dematerialize right in front of me, thus saving the world. You'd think saving the world would allow me to head straight to the Pokemon League, but nope, I still have to get the last badge. But if you thought the last gym was tough, Wallace was just as bad. Ironically though, not for the reason you may expect. He only really attacks with Water Pulse, which doesn't deal too much damage, but the real problem here is confusion. Water Pulse can confuse us, making Fast practically worthless since I seem to have the worst luck when confused. Plus, his lead Love Disc is evil. The thing is stupidly fast, he can confuse us with both Water Pulse and Sweet Kiss, and immobilizes Fast with Attract. If that happens, the fight's over, as Love Disc then outspeeds and obliterates Slugma. Celio is nothing special, but then comes Whiscash. The thing is bulky, can use Amnesia to make our attacks worthless, and has Earthquake to bypass our own Amnesia. Seaking can't do all that much though, and Milotic would be fine on its own, but we're typically too damaged by that point to KO it. It's a nightmare. After using a bunch of rare candies and equipping a Quick Claw to outspeed Love Disc, the winning run goes as follows. Love Disc confuses us with Sweet Kiss, we land Amnesia. It uses Attract, we land a Flamethrower for an OHKO. We instantly snap out of confusion and get 2 Amnesias off, as Celio just goes for Water Pulse. 3 Flamethrowers and it's down. I get ballsy and go for a Flamethrower on Whiscash and get a critical hit for an OHKO. 2 Flamethrowers and Seaking goes down. Last is Milotic, and we've got plenty of health. I play it safe though and use Yawn as it goes for Water Pulse, and we get confused. It hits again and falls asleep. Despite being confused, we land all 3 Flamethrowers we needed for the KO, getting our final gym badge. After a long and uneventful trip through Victory Road, we arrive at the Pokemon League. We have to win 5 battles in a row, with very few ways to change our moveset. Can we do it? First off is Sydney, who would be easy if his lead wasn't so annoying. begins with a Mightyena, who just ruins my day with Swagger and Sand Attack. Then Sharpedo comes out and can one-shot us with Surf if we don't outspeed it. And next is Absol. If we make it to this part, we can grab an Amnesia boost to protect us from dark attacks, but by this point, it doesn't really matter since his last two Pokemon are slow grass types. Given the fact I had to be level 90 at minimum to take down Sydney consistently, Phoebe was a pushover. I just spammed Flamethrower and her entire team got cremated. The only problems that came up were that her second Dusclops can survive with a bad damage roll, and then can stop us with Confusion, but nothing really could take us down. Third was Glacia, and she was miserable. Sure, both of her Glalie are Okos, but the rest of her team has Surf, a 4x resistance to fire, utilize hail damage, attract, and are insanely bulky. Depressingly enough, despite being 40 levels lower than us and being walruses, they are still faster than we are without a Quick Claw. After equipping a Hard Rock and getting back Rock Slide, here was my accepted strategy. Yawn Glalie first turn and pray that it doesn't use Crunch. If it does, it may lower our special defense or get burned and not fall asleep. I use 3 Amnesias and then KO it with Flamethrower. For the Celios, I use Flamethrower once to knock down their health by a third and then hit them with Rock Slide to KO. Basically the same strategy was used for Walrein since I couldn't just use 2 Rock Slides to KO it. After that, the final Glalie will outspeed an attack, but if Slugma has enough health to survive, then it can OHKO. She took quite a lot of research and attempts, but she wasn't impossible, just annoying. Drake was tough, but only because his team resists our 2 attacking moves and have super effective physical attacks to bypass our Amnesias, and their Stab Dragon moves are all special. That sounds really bad, but after using 5 more rare candies and equipping the Charcoal to pump up our damage, here was the plan. Yawn and Amnesia on Shelgon, then OHKO with Flamethrower. The 2 Flygons only need 2 Flamethrowers apiece, but in my winning run, I crit the first one for an OHKO, letting me through the second one with more health. Altaria similarly needs 2 Flamethrowers, but I crit it for an OHKO. With more than 50% of our health left, Drake went for Crunch and got burned by Flame Body, allowing us to ignore its Citrus Berry and KO it with Flamethrower. Finally, we've reached Steven Stone, the final boss. And ironically, he's a lot easier than the last 2. While he's not a pushover like Phoebe, he's a lot more consistent than Drake and Glacia. The reason for this is that he's a physical attacker for the most part, and with our relaxed nature, we take those hits better. 4 of his Pokemon are OHKOs with Flamethrower, including his ace. We crit Claydol for an OHKO, and Cradilly couldn't do much to stop us. Sure, we had to be level 100 and use a Quick Claw, but who cares? I won! On May 15th, 2021, I beat Pokémon Sapphire with only a Slugma. Anyways, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go take a nap. Give somebody a compliment today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!